Shortly after Sunday's Super Bowl in Las Vegas, CBS television cameras likely will show a familiar post-game celebration with the winning team. For the ninth time in 19 years, the Lombardi Trophy will be presented to a team owner who inherited that ownership from family. For the eighth time in 11 years, the trophy will be handed to a head coach who is the father or son or grandson of an NFL family coaching tree. It will go to San Francisco 49ers CEO Jed York, nephew of previous longtime CE owner Ed DeBartolo Jr. Jed York hired 49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan, son of former Super Bowl winning head coach Mike Shanahan, or will the trophy go to Kansas City Chiefs owner Clark Hunt, son of team founder Lamar Hunt, and heir to the Hunt family oil fortune? Clark Hunt hired Chiefs head coach Andy Reid, whose sons have worked on his coaching staff in recent years. The family factions face off in Las Vegas, serving as another reminder of how nepotism and family birthrights are still heavily ingrained in the NFL, where 16 of the league's 32 owners inherited their team from family, compared to only 6 of 30 in the NBA, according to the USA Today Sports research. But then you might be asking, what does this matter? Well, this is the Super Bowl, the ultimate contest of a merit-based playoff system. One of the reasons that these statistics may bother some people is that sports is supposed to be a meritocracy, said a law professor and sports law expert from a university in Minnesota. The best players play on the team, and the team that plays the best wins. Meritocracy, however, applies to players, not ownership or coaching. Both Kyle Shanahan and Andy Reid also coached against each other in the Super Bowl in 2020 and are considered among the brightest coaching minds in the NFL. Regardless of how they traded on their family names to give or get coaching jobs. But now it comes against a shifting cultural background in which the term Nepo baby is used to describe children who follow in the footsteps of their celebrity parents. And while a lawsuit filed in 2022 remains active against the NFL over its alleged pattern of discrimination against hiring black coaches. In the case of Shanahan, who's 44, does the Super Bowl showcase him as a poster boy for nepotism in the NFL? Or does it validate family pedigree as just another value trait in a league that is rife with it, including for coaches? Succession in the NFL is an interesting thing. Often the term privilege by birthright, is an old source of tension in America between capitalistic property rights, the ideal of equal opportunity for all. And in 1776, the American Declaration of Independence said all men are created equal, and railed against being subject to a king who had inherited his throne in England. And then came the Civil War. More importantly, pop culture. Pop culture has chewed on the issue, including some entertainers who think they didn't think it was right to let their children inherit the wealth that they didn't earn. In January, the hit HBO show Succession won an Emmy for its unflattering portrayal of unqualified offspring vying to inherit control of their father's global business empire. In business and sports, all this comes amid an ongoing push for more equitable access to the levers of power for those who didn't acquire them by birth family connections, or racial influences. Only two NFL majority owners are not white: Buffalo's Kim Pagula and Jacksonville's Shahid Khan, neither of whom inherited their ownership. Likewise, team owners are the ones who hire the head coaches, but haven't often given those jobs to those who are, of course, now I got to flip this thing over. Who are what? Well, where is it? Who are where? I thought that, well, you guys gave me this, and now all of a sudden, see, this is how live radio works sometimes. I sit there and I have this newspaper, and it tells me, hey, this, you need to sit there and go to this, hey, page blah blah blah. Oh, okay, I see what I did wrong. It's over here, right? No, it's not over there. Where is it? Aha, nepotism. Hold on, let me see. Where were we? This is how it is. You know, say I'm sitting there fumbling around with the newspaper. You could hear it, of course, rustling in the background. Okay, blah blah blah. All right, where were we? We have this, we have that, this. Don't even know where anything is anymore. Okay, here we go. Okay, likewise, team owners are the ones who hire the head coaches, but haven't often given those jobs to those who are black or not white like them. Well, if you say it that way. This year, there are 9 head coaches of color out of 32, a record for the NFL. There's still a small fraction in the league where about 60% of the players in recent years have been black. At the start of the 2023 season, at least 90 of the 752 on-field NFL coaches had a father, son, or brother who actively or previously coached in the NFL, according to USA Today Sports Research. Of those 90 coaches with connections, 76, or 84.4%, were white. So, of course, that is what the USA Today has on their sports section. It's basically calling it the Nepotism Bowl. I thought that was interesting. I thought it was funny that of all, because when I was headed to the station this morning, one of the interesting things about heading to the station is that I usually pick up a newspaper. And when I went to one place, they didn't have any newspapers, which was really shocking because I've been there before and I've gotten the newspaper. And it's just usually the Richmond Times-Dispatch. But today I picked up the USA Today newspaper. There's all these articles because this week has been rolling with stuff. We'll get into it here on the other side of this break in just a few moments with wrapping up what we learned today, what we learned this week. And we'll talk about all of that other stuff in a moment. But I went and I saw that, and I saw a Nepotism Bowl on the front page of the of the sports section. And I was like, okay, well, I got to read this. I'm trying to be as serious as I can while I'm reading it because it said Nepotism Bowl. And I was like, man, that's a headline. The Nepotism Bowl. People ask me, what do I think? Who do I think? Well, the question is are you going to bet against Patrick Mahomes? Are you going to bet against Patrick Mahomes? Because I'm not betting against Patrick Mahomes. No. See, I'm betting whether or not they will show Taylor Swift over under 10 times on the screen. Yeah, over under 10 times. Sir Philosopher on the other side of the glass, I wonder if he can hear me. Do you think they're going to have Taylor Swift over under 10 times shown on the screen? Oh, so okay. So I think that the minute count is like a minute and 80, or no, maybe like a 2 minute or whatever. I'm not really sure what it is, but my whole thing is, and I was asking people this the other day. I said over under. So I see people in the chatter now. It's in there. So we have the over Attorney and Royalty. Shout out to Attorney and Royalty, Triple D, a couple other people. Cringer, my best friend. Isn't that great? Cringer, my best friend, a couple other people. People say over. They're going to more over. So people are going to think that over 10 times. I think the minute count is like 2 minutes of total airtime. Well, listen, if he goes down on the field and they start smooching on the field, and the trophies and confetti and everything. Oh man, can you imagine? Everybody's gonna just be melted. I don't understand what the problem is. Now everybody has been saying this all week long, and it's just like, oh well, it's like, well, hey, listen, is she bringing more money in or not? Is she bringing in more eyeballs or not? And people say, oh well, she's a plant. A plant of what? What type of plant is she? Is she a rose? What is she? Is she a dandelion? Is she just a weed? Is that what she is? Is she I mean, what is she? Is she a vine? She's just a plant. What does plant mean? I don't even know what plant means. Oh, she's some kind of plant. Is it a plant? She's a singer, for God's sake. What do you mean she's a plant? I don't understand these people. Oh, a plant. Oh, like an operative. Oh, well, well, when you start using those words, well, that's I can't go too deep into it. No, I can't. I can't. Listen, the general might be listening. I got Tommy and what I always forget the other guys. Is it Willie? Is it John? I don't. Billy and Tommy? Is it Billy and Tommy? See, they're not even looking at me. Well, now they're talking on their earpiece. Probably talking over to the general again. Anyway, so here it is. It is 11:18 here on the 10th day of February in the year 2024. And of course, it is a Super Bowl weekend. I think that over the past week, the 49ers are favored by 2.5. So and that's the reason why I asked, are you going to bet against Patrick Mahomes? Remember that the 49ers lost this game. They lost this game about 4 years ago, 2020. So we have a rematch of that. Not the same teams, but I mean, Patrick Mahomes is still there. Andy Reid's still there. Shanahan's still there. Everybody's still there. So, but there's that. Somebody said in the chat, he said, apparently that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are going to get Biden reelected. Maybe that's the plant stuff. What? Where do you get that connection from? I don't even understand this. It's like, let her just sing and dance and do her whatever seance rituals that she does in front of everybody, capturing, the minds and hearts and souls of millions of people. Let her continue to do that. Yeah. Let Travis Kelce continue, to do advertisements for Pfizer. Him doing advertisement with Pfizer has nothing to do with Taylor Swift. The only thing that's in common with both of them is that either way, he's probably going to die of a broken heart. Oops. Oh, too soon. Too soon. Oh, come on. It's just a joke. It's just a joke. They facepalm themselves on the other side of the glass. Anyways, guys, we're going to be back here in just a few moments. We're going to talk about what we learned this week. Got a couple of stories that we'll just go over. I'll make some comments about that. Mixtape's going to come up at the top of the hour, of course. And make sure you're following me all over social media at Sam Newsman, all over the place. That's where you're going to find me. Setting the standard, raising the bar. The only way a real media puppet knows how to do. At Sam Newsman. Once again, where you can find my beautiful felt puppet face. Make sure you download the Live 365 app. Search WDCE. You can hear my beautiful puppet voice. You can hear these beautiful, amazing songs I'm about to play. And you can always go to WDCE.org. That's the other way you can do it. Guys, like I said, we'll be back here in just about 20 minutes or so, give or take. Here on the other side of this break, here on the only award-winning radio show dedicated to the magic and nostalgia of Saturday morning, hosted by me, a real media puppet. From the most trusted puppet in media, reporting since Roswell, I'm Sam Newsman, and this is Saturday morning.